How's the punters? Welcome back to BSB. And in this special podcast episode, we're going to be taking a look at the Durban July 2022 Hollywoodbets Durban July. They are the new sponsor. Joining me, as he has done for the last couple of years, is Tim from Pocket the Winner, a horse tipping site. And he's going to be providing a couple of tips for the main race and then a few other value selections that he's found on the card for some of the other races. Tim, how's it going? How have you been? How are things going with Pocket the Winner?
Hey, no, it's been going great. First of all, on behalf of Pocket the Winner, thank you very much, obviously, for to Best Sports Betting for you guys inviting us again. It's always a thrill, doing this time of the year around, and it's almost started to becoming a tradition here at Pocket the Winner. So we're doing great, and looking forward to a very exciting and thrilling Vodacom Durban July this year. So it's going to be good.
Yeah, it looks like a very interesting card. I'm actually going to be at the July, so I'm quite excited. It's going to be my first July that I'm going to be attending out there in Durban. And what we're going to do today is we're going to start off with the main race because I think that's an action-packed race. One of the more exciting races rather over the last couple of years. Lots of big names in that first race. Let's jump into that one. We've got Safe Passage, who is the favorite, followed by Linebacker. Then Sparkling Water, Pomp and Power, Do It Again, The People's Horse, Committeding, and then Aragosta, and then a few other, I don't want to call them also rans, but we've got Bergarin down at the bottom there, 33-1. What are your thoughts on the main race? Very, very strong field.
Yes, I think we start with that statement right there, a very strong field. 18 horses line up once again for the Durban July, and it's going to be a real good race, this. I think the time has turned where if you look at the past 3 years, obviously the People's Horse, like you've mentioned there, Comedy Ding, he's back. He's ready to defend his Durban July title. Gavin Larina and the Irons again. I can tell you that the talk is big for Comedy Ding again on track. They had the gallops just 2 days ago. He looked like an absolute machine. He's working fantastic. Aragosta was also one of my favorites in the parade rings and in the gallops in the early morning. That's good. But we have gone for our selected at Pocket the Winner. Our selected winner and our prediction for this year's Vodacom Durban July, just heading straight into it, will be number 3, Hoedspruit. You can find Hoedspruit in the middle of the betting fields. It's going to be open up at around 15-1, which is absolutely big value for a July. Hoedspruit coming in at 53.5 kilograms with Craig Zaki, currently as a 4-year-old gelding. Now, to me, Hoedspruit has now turned the corner to be a proper 2,000 meters plus horse. He's won the Algoa Cup, which in PE shouldn't be taken too lightly. I know it's PE and it's a different track. But bar that, the form line has stood up quite nicely. Went back to Kenilworth, beat Super Silvano, came down to Greyville, and only had one Greyville run this year so far, which he ran third to Golden Peasant. Now, that was over the 1,600 meters. I think it was a really good prep. If you have a look at that run, he was starting to unwind quite nicely. And I really think, Justin Snaith, he's a master at what he does. And I think he's got this horse perfectly. And he's no shy trainer to winning the July. He's going for his 6th winner. So Hoedspruit, he's trained by one of the best trainers in South Africa. I give him a big shout at 15-1. If you're looking for the dangers, that will be in no particular order, but I do think we have a very good Sparkling Water, which is Mike de Cox, one of his runners in this year's race. Obviously, he has Safe Passage, which is currently your favorite at 4-1, and he has Al Mutana and Aragosta. So he really has a strong hold in regards to horses this year lining up. But I do think his best charge is the number 12, Sparkling Water. Kumalu takes the ride. Now, I just think this record speaks for itself. This horse has run 15 times. It's winners 6 and places 8. Which may, in its life, this horse doesn't know how to run a bad race. It went to Cape Town. It won. It's all over the place. And I tell you what, I think Sparkling Water put his last run behind Asterix, behind him. I think it was a good prep run, and he's ready for the July. And I think Kumalu is ready to get that next big July winner under him. Obviously, his last big success with Heavy Metal in the July. So I do think that is a worthy runner, and Sparkling Water will be right there at the finish. Then another big.
Sorry
Sorry,
to
go
jump
for it.
in there. I know one of the owners of Aragosta, and they got a lovely draw on that horse as well. First,
Yes.
they got the first draw actually, and they're very confident. But I guess you
They-
could say that any owner of a horse going into the Durban July main race is going to be confident. But this guy was over the moon confident. So I'm definitely going to be having a punt on Aragosta at 14, especially coming from the courtyard.
Yes, definitely. And I can even give you some more confidence as well. In regard to the gallops, he was under the top three of our scouts as well from how he galloped and how he looked. So his galloping was a really strong gallop, obviously as one of the best jockeys. Warren Kennedy aboard. Plum draw, 53 on the back. Is it Kennedy's time to shine in the July this year? I won't be shocked to see Aragosta win this. But like you said, it is such a competitive, tough race this year. Obviously, you got to respect the likes of Linebacker. Last year, he ran second to the winner of Comedy Ding. So, just in retrospect, if you're looking at last year, and last year was a good, you gotta continue the people's horse, Comedy Ding. He still has a chance. And the horse that ran second, Linebacker, is in here. And there's a lot of talk about do it again. I know there's a lot of confidence from Aldo de Meyer. He was over the moon confident when he got off the gallop, saying that his 7-year-old gelding doesn't feel like a 7-year-old. So do it again is running and jumping around. So I do think do it again mustn't be ignored at that price as well. But it is a real good value race this year, and I'm really looking forward to it. But from the regards of Pocket the Winner corner, we'll be in the corner of number 3, which is Hoedspruit at 15-1.
Do you think what outsider do you fancy if you were to pick an outsider? I know
Yes.
Bulgarian is probably like the biggest name outsider there at long odds of 33-1. But are there any out there that might stand as like a value bet for someone who just wants to put a $10 or $20 down and get a nice return on that?
Definitely. I think there's 2 horses, and I'll touch on the first one. The one I like most is Asterix, which is the number 17 on your card. It's Paul Peter and JP van der Merwe takes the ride. They drawn 17. Don't let the draw put you off. If we have a look at the last 5 years, the July really can be won from any draw. Comedy Ding last year won it from the widest draw. The year before that, Bulgarian won it from the highest draw. So don't let the draws put you off. I think Asterix is tremendous value at 80-1. I think some bookmakers are already stretching Asterix. You can almost find 100-1 on Asterix, which is your second biggest outsider this year. And then I think for the women and for the girls of South Africa, there'll obviously also be history made on this day when this is run, because Red Saxon, the number 14, Rachel Vineker, the first lady female rider to take part in the Vodacom Durban July, considering it's been running for 126 years now. So that'll obviously be the dream story tale for the ladies backing Rachel Vineker on number 14, Red Saxon. And that is also at any odds that you can get at around 80-1. So, those could be the fairy tale Red Saxon to maybe pop up for the ladies. And then I think value-wise on paper, you can't ignore Asterix. He beat Sparkling Water, which is considered to be a 4-1 shot this year. So why not the horse that beat him? He's 80-1. Doesn't make sense.
And what are your thoughts on Comedy Ding? Like, I mean, it's getting a lot of action. My thoughts. Look, I'm not a horse racing analyst. I'm a punter, and that horse has been winning everything. And I just can't see it winning again. I know you've got your selections and all of that, but this is outside of that.
Of course.
Do you think it even stands a chance? Look, obviously it's a horse race; anything can happen. But I mean, just given the field, do you really think this? I mean, it will definitely go down as one of South Africa's greatest horses if it manages to pick up another win in the July.
Oh, it will. I think, just cementing this horse's name in there, if it can do it again, if it can Comedy Ding, like they say in Afrikaans, stands up to the name, it'll make the books for one of the best. But to answer your question, I don't think it can win again. No. We had a good look as well as how we feel at Pocket the Winner. Last year, a lot of things were in his favor. Yes, he was drawn 18 this year. He cracks a better draw. But besides that, last year, Gavin Lerena rode him when he was 53 kilograms. He was a year younger. I really feel he was in his prime, and they had him at a really good space.
Okay.
And this year, it's a bit different. It's really on him. He's now a 4 year old, so he's 1 year older. And from a 53, he's now carrying top weight, another 7 kilograms extra, which is going to see him carry 60 kilograms in the Durban July, which is going to be your top weight. So I think that's going to make it very difficult for him. But credit to Gavin Lerena. He's sticking to his guns. He's sticking to the defending champion. And like you said, this is horse racing. Anything can happen, but not for us.
All right. Thanks, Tim. Some great insight there for the main race, which I'm really looking forward to. And let's move over to some of the other races on the card. We're going to be having a look at race 2, 8, 10, and 11. Let's jump over to race 2, second race of the day. What are your fancies there?
All right, so hopefully we can lead the people on to make some nice money for the big race in the Vodacom in the big July. I keep saying Vodacom. In the July.
I know it's entrenched. It's like the JB Met in Cape Town.
Yes, exactly. It just rings when you say it, but it should get back to better words, should I say? In regards to race 2, let's start the day off hot. It is a very competitive day, but I think in race 2 we can be on the money. I think we can have a real good cash flow going forward, and I think we can go quite big on the number 2. Now I Got You. Now you're not going to find the worlds of market for this in regards to odds. It's not going to be 10-1. It's going to be your favorite, but it's going to be a very worthy favorite, and it's not a short price favorite. It's currently priced up at around 3-1 that you can find on the bookies on the stretch. But you definitely will get on race day around 3-1. This individual has really impressed us a lot. It came out at the Val, it ran second on debut at massive odds, wasn't fancied, and then all of a sudden, Curry Lensley, he's a lovely horseman, and he took the big chance. He stuck it into the Group 1 at Scottsville. And he ran second, 3 lengths off from Sean Terry's Thunderstruck. Now, to me, that was an incredible second run, which shows that this horse is bound with ability. And looking back on the race, at the 400, Yenny was asking him the question, and when that penny dropped, he just looked like a classy individual. And I think Now I Got You, he's not running in a graded race, he's running in a smaller race. He takes one step back, get that first victory, start building some confidence. But I do rate Now I Got You as a very classy individual, and I think it'll take some horse to beat him in the second. I think in regards to dangers and more value, or the real big danger is the second favorite, which is the number 10, Tucky or Not, which can be found at around 4-1, which is Gavin Lerena. I think these two will fight this race out. But I really want to emphasize on the fact that we're strong in the corner of the Curry Lensley inmate. Now I Got You.
All right, fantastic. Thanks. So Now I Got You is the selection for race 2. See, it's up on Hollywoodbets at about 25-10. Have a look around, see what price you can get for that one. Let's jump over to the next one, race 8, which is the one just after the main race. Probably let's see what you got here, Tim. There's Captain's Ransom, which seems to be heavily favored. Wow, 1, 2, 3 for that one.
That is correct. And at Pocket the Winner, we've always felt that we in gambling, yes, we understand that this is horse racing, but anything can go. And we've never seen value in a horse priced up this short.
No, not in a horse race. That's terrible.
Definitely not. Yeah. And we actually seeing the opportunity for the upset to arise here. And that is the reason why we're targeting this race. So even though Captain's Ransom, putting it out there, yes, it's the horse to beat. It's a class act performance. It's probably the best filly I've seen in South Africa, considering it's run 13 times, won 11 times.
That's why it's priced at 1 to 3. Yeah.
So look, everyone's got to run Captain's Ransom off her feet. It's going to be difficult, but I think there's a slight chance in the looks of number 9, Supreme Quest. Now, Supreme Quest, you can find at almost 14-1, which is tremendous value in this field. Now, even when you look at it differently, you don't even have to play it for a win. If you do feel Captain's Ransom is the best bet on the day, take that as the win, but have some good places on Supreme Quest, because the places will return more than the win on Captain's Ransom. So it's still better value.
Yeah, sorry, Tim. That's the nice thing about when you see races with horses that are incredibly short. You can find some nice value almost anywhere else in the field. I mean, just looking at the second favorite, Under Your Spell, opening up, well, trading at the moment at about 8.33. So some nice value on the horses outside of Captain's Ransom.
Oh, big time. And the Supreme Quest, I've been following it quite lately. Yanni rode it for the first time at Greyville last time out, ran third against Homely Girl, which was really a courageous effort to win that. But in all fairness to Supreme Quest, it's a miler. I think this horse will see the best when it goes a mile. At the moment, last run, a bit too short. I think it's poised to strike and win at good odds.
A very nice odds on a place there as well. So it might be something to just take into some consideration if you could be having a punt there. Let's move on to race number 10. We've got Warrior, who's favourites, and then Xavion. I hope I'm pronouncing that one correctly. Looks to be a pretty tight field, this one, actually.
Yes. Yeah, so I think for fairness, in retrospect to the punters out there listening and to the ones following more closely, what I can say with a lot of confidence is from the Cape Town connections with Xavion. He opened up originally, I think, at around 5-1 at some bookmakers. He's been backed into favoritism. The word is out that Xavion is working like a machine, and that he will be quite hard to beat on the big day of July. And Xavion should be respected, but we are going for some more value in regards to the number 11, Gentleman's Wager, the Peter Muscat, Tristan Godden trained horse. This is also the oldest horse in the race. And we think that this gelding will put some ears on for the rest of the field. And it's tremendous value. Just having a look here at the board, the last time I had a look, I don't know, you can just clarify for us there, Robert, but I think it's around 12-1 you can find on Gentleman's Wager.
Yeah, just a shade over 12-1, yeah.
Yeah, and this is tremendous value. First of all, Gentleman's Wager, trained by Peter Muscat. Peter Muscat, great horseman, great trainer. Now, for me, I always have a look at how many horses a trainer has enrolled. And Peter Muscat, he's coming with one horse on the big day, and that's Gentleman's Wager. And it's taking place only in race 10. He's got to wait the whole day for his one horse to take the field. But I think Gentleman's Wager is ultra consistent, and you can't go wrong at that price. Last time out, ran third against Airways Law, who almost got into the Vodacom, into the July as a reserve runner. And, he ran third off, only 3 lengths off from Airways Law. So if he brings that run to this field, I think he is tremendous value once again at any odds. Xavion should be respected. Supreme Dance from Turfontein must be respected. And as well as if you're looking for that big, real Shrudy, don't throw away the number 8, Cat Daddy, under Gavin Larina. And I think that'll round up race 10.
So the selection there is Gentleman's Wager for race 10, coming in at a shade over 12-1. Let's move on to the last race that we're going to be covering. Race 11, the one kicking off at 6:45. We've got Grimaldi, Sunday Island, Willow's Wish, Full Blast, Snow Palace. Another kind of close one outside of the favorite of Grimaldi.
Yes. And I do think the favorite will actually be between, the top of the betting board, I think, have the race spot on at this stage. But I'm not going to go in the corner of Grimaldi, the favorite. I'm going to lurk for the second favorite, which is going to be found at 5-1, which Sunday Island under Grant van Niekerk and Andre Nel. I'm very excited to see that that the blinkers stay on and the tongue ties stay on because it worked very good last time out over the 2,000 meters. There wasn't much in the race to beat, but Sunday Island did it really convincingly. And I think he's been prepped, and the way he's floated in the handicap system, currently he's highest at 89. I think he's in a really good mind space, and it's just that classy act of how he won his last race. I know he beat a very small field, but he did it with a lot of ease, and I think there's a lot more to come from Sunday Island. And I think at 5-1, you can definitely have a few nibbles on that. If you're looking for lurkers, like I said, respect Grimaldi. He is the favorite. The top of the betting board, I think the handicappers has the spot on. Willow's Wish, Full Blast. I think as you see them on the betting boards, take some trifecta swingers with the top 4, because you'll still get some good values if they run first, second, third, and fourth.
All right, fantastic. Thanks for sharing some insight there for race 11, where the selection is Sunday Island. So before we end off, let me ask you, what would be your best bet for the Durban July? We've covered 5 different races. Which one of those, or maybe there's a bet outside of those that you would have as your best bet of the day?
All right. In regards to the best bet for the day, we have a lot of multiples going into Now I Got You, which is in race 2. That is definitely the best bet in regards to having a win bet, and hopefully doubling that money quite easily. In regards to value wise for the day, I would go on the July big race itself. I'd take the number 3 Hoedspruit, and I would potentially play some swingers with a horse that you fancy, or otherwise take the Hoedspruit and take it with asterisks, or take it with sparkling water, and that'll probably be a really good bet. Hoedspruit and sparkling water in the main race for swingers and trifectas and quadrettes. You can use them as floating, and hopefully, in that scenario, if you have Hoedspruit and sparkling water as a floating banker, you're really hoping for some long priced horses to fill the placings. And for that 100 or 200 rand, you could get a really, really smart return, because this July is open, and 70s and 80s to 1, they could be in the top 6 today this year.
Yeah, and lots of bookies are paying 5-6 places, which is also nice to see. Come July time, they always come out with that. But Tim, thanks for joining us. Before we go, why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about Pocket the Winner? If you guys don't know, Tim has a tipping site where he sells packages for horse racing and all of that at pocketthewinner.co.za, and maybe you can run through a couple of the subscriptions and what's on offer, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, thank you very much. So Pocket the Winner has been established now. We're now going for the 7th year, concluding 2022 now, after this July. We've revamped our website. We're now fully online. So our website, as you mentioned, pocketthewinner.co.za, which is fully e-com. You can order a package from there. We offer one package at the moment, which is your standalone gold package, but we also have a special for the Durban July, which you can find at 300 Rand for a full month of package, which can be found on the website. And then we also offer daily horse racing tips, giving you that insight and hopefully letting you pocket that winner and get some money in the back pocket.
All right, perfect. So guys, go check out www.pocketthewinner.co.za, see what packages they have on offer, and maybe hit up a subscription. Hopefully we can get some nice winners this July, and then you can have some bucks to pay for some of those subscriptions, Tim.
Yeah, here we go, definitely. And I just think, let's go big, let's hit them hard, let's get Now I Got You, and then let's scream Hoedspruit home in the big one.
So just a quick recap on what we have, or what Tim selected. Race number 2 is Now I Got You. Then the main race is going with Hoedspruit. Race 8 is the selection is Supreme Quest. Race 10 we've got Gentleman's Wager, and then the last selection is for race 11 is Sunday Island. Guys, thanks for tuning into this Durban July preview. I hope to see you guys down at Greyville. It's going to be a cracking day. No masks, beautiful. First time that they're actually going to be allowing spectators in since COVID started as well, which is always good. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.